Good morning, it's Saturday the 12th of May 2018. So I managed to get quite a bit of stuff sorted out in terms of my drawings yesterday, and I'm just going to show you the little test book I put together. So this goes through all the images in order. These are just copies, not the original paintings, and then now I can see how the story fits together. And I actually discovered that I'd done a few more drawings and then forgotten, so it meant there was even less work than I thought there was. So I'm just finishing outlining the last drawing I think I need to do of all the drawings that are integral to the story anyway. And then I might want to do a cover page drawing and possibly some other illustrations depending on how the story seems to flow. So I'm just going to get back to drawing now. I'm feeling surprisingly awake today. I think I just caught up on sleep yesterday and now I'm feeling better. And it's also really good to see the end in sight for this big project I've been working on for so long. Hello, so everything started going wrong today. First of all, I had an episode of this thing that's been happening to me a few times, and it's really hard to describe, but it's like a feeling where it's like this sudden, really sharp, intense pain going down your throat and into the top of your chest here, and it's like really hard to swallow, and if you do try and swallow, you sort of feel it go down to a certain point, get stuck, and then go through really slowly. And sort of drinking a cup of tea really slowly makes it better, but it's just absolute agony to do. And I just don't really feel up to eating any more food yet today. After that happened, it started probably half an hour after I ate my lunch, but I don't think it's anything to do with food I'm eating. I think it's like, basically it feels exactly like a muscle spasm or a cramp like you'd get in your leg, but imagine having that going down your whole neck and throat and into the top of your chest here. So it's just this really horrible, really intense, sharp pain, and it's been hours and it's dying down a bit now, but I can still feel it there, and the whole thing just feels really bruised. And that was kind of bad enough, but I was thinking at least it's going away now, I'll get back to my drawing. And then I just went to feed my fish a little bit because they all come out and it's fun to watch them, and I felt this horrible like slipping and crunching and then sudden pain in my shoulder, and it's the bad shoulder that, you know, went wrong before when I first started making these video logs, and I think it's just basically done whatever it is that it does, which I'm pretty sure is it dislocating. I think that they're uneven again, which always seems to be the case whenever this happens. So let's see, the camera is straight, and yeah, you can see like my neck's longer on that side, and the shoulders tilted down. So yeah, whatever it is, it's happened again. you can see how uneven they are, and it is really painful. It feels like someone holding my arm here and pulling it really hard. So it's just been a day of complete pain. So I've sort of had to give up work for the day, which is really annoying. This is why it's so difficult to live with, I think, because you go and plan a bunch of work, you get really well rested, you sit down to work on it, and then maybe an hour or two later you're suddenly in agony that's like so disabling. All you can do is just lie in bed and like wait for the pain to pass. So you can never really plan what you're going to do or work out if you can meet work by a deadline or not, because you literally never know. My mum's been away over the weekend with her partner, and she's coming back this evening. She should be back soon, so maybe I'll see if she can manage to put my shoulder back into the right place. Just a little test on my shoulders. If I try and lift my arms up, that's literally as far as I can get with that one. You know, this one just goes up easily, but that one, I can't get any further than that, so it's being stopped somehow, and I think it's being stopped by the joint not being in place properly. Hello, so it's quite late in the evening now. My mum and her partner are here. My shoulder's still dislocated, as you can probably see, because it's much lower than the other one, and you can see that my neck sort of starts bending that way to try and compensate for it, and you can see the odd bend in my neck, and it's really painful, and the pain just builds up over time the more the muscles get sort of twisted up from the shoulder being in the wrong place. It's really painful, and my mum and her partner couldn't have been any less sympathetic. My mum started saying that I was killing her by just existing as a disabled person, because apparently my existence is too stressful. She said this when she'd come back from a like 6-hour hill walk in the sunshine, and I'd been lying here in agony, just like barely able to swallow for hours, and then my shoulder had dislocated. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with her from a medical point of view, and there never has been. She's never had an illness, so her coming to me and saying that I'm killing her is like so inappropriate. I'm just ignoring it and gonna just carry on with my university work and meet the deadline as if nothing else is going on, but it does really wear you down and break you when somebody's telling you that you're killing them from stress by just existing just because you're disabled. And then her partner started saying things like, oh, you need to become independent, you need to do all these things on your own, and I said, well, yeah, that's the ideal, isn't it? But if I can't physically do those things because of my medical condition, then telling me to just buck up isn't going to achieve anything. Anyway, enough of that, I'm going to go to bed. Good night.